Now we are still on the sailor
Yes.
who is on the flow of time. And now we'll see what more he has to do. We've already seen that he has crossed the areas that he was afraid to cross before.
Yeah.
He was hugging the shore and shunning the breaths, and then finally he says he plunges through a bright haze that hides the stars, and he's going now towards undiscovered shores. And what happens as he does this? Earth's borders recede.
Earth's borders recede, and the terrestrial air hangs round him no longer its translucent veil. He has crossed the limit of mortal thought and hope. He has reached the world's end and stares beyond. The eyes of mortal body plunge their gaze into eyes that look upon eternity.
Well, he is making a tremendous progress here. Even he's going so far that the Earth's borders recede. We have to think here of a plane or a rising up. Even the terrestrial air doesn't hang around him any longer. It's translucent veil. Because translucent means the light comes through it, but it's still it's still a veil.
Yeah, cannot see. Yeah.
So all of that is gone now, and he has crossed the limit of mortal thought and hope. So he's even beyond our mind and our heart's hopes, because he has reached the world's end and he stares beyond. And now that's a semicolon. And Sri Aurobindo says, therefore, the eyes of mortal body plunge their gaze, plunge into eyes that look upon eternity. And he capitalizes the E of eyes, which are the divine eyes, the divine eyes. So,
Okay.
And we continue on with his traveling.
This paragraph actually reminded me, especially these last sentences, he has reached world's end and stares beyond. The eyes of mortal body plunge their gaze into eyes that look upon eternity. This reminded me of the poem of Sri Aurobindo, where he's talking about the man who comes to the ice, and I forgot the name. Is it the man in the, like, there's a poem of his where he comes to the ice lands, and he calls upon the rishi and asks a lot of questions. Somehow these lines reminded me of that.
Resonates with you. Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent. So now we have to see about this greater world.
A greater world time's traveler must explore. At last, he hears a chanting on the heights, and the far speaks, and the unknown grows near. He crosses the boundaries of the unseen and passes over the edge of mortal sight to a new vision of himself and things.
You're reading better now. Your reading is improving. Good. Well, yes, certainly if time's traveler, the sailor, is going to explore a greater world, these are the things he's going to experience. He will hear a chanting on the heights. He will hear the far speaks. And he will see that the unknown grows near. The unknown, because he's not there yet. It's still unknown, but he's getting there. and he crosses the boundaries of the unseen. Interesting. And passes over the edge of mortal sight. So there's an edge to mortal sight beyond which we're not able to see. Like a horizon. We can see that we can't see beyond the horizon. We can't see beyond the edge of mortal sight. But he does that, and therefore he gains a new vision of himself and things. Wow.
He is a spirit in an unfinished world that knows him not and cannot know itself. The surface symbol of his goalless quest takes deeper meanings to his inner view. His is a search of darkness for the light, of mortal life for immortality.
Ah, yes. So actually, in this unfinished world of the earth, he is a spirit there now at this point. And the earth and the world as such knows him not, because it cannot know itself even. The world, the earth is evolving, and it's in such a cataclysm now of COVID-19, of wars, of power grabbing, of money, lust, all of these things. So that world cannot know itself, and therefore it doesn't know him. But the surface symbol of his goalless quest, now this is only the surface symbol, begins to take meanings to his inner view. And what are those meanings? Most beautiful lines. His is a search of darkness for the light, of mortal life for immortality. Such beautiful lines. So Time's Traveler is searching now for much more. He's gone beyond all that the sailor on the flow of time could have imagined when he began his journey. And now he is a spirit in an unfinished world, the world that doesn't know him and is unable to know itself. And this surface symbol, only the surface symbol of his goalless quest, begins to take deeper meanings to his inner view, his view that is from the inner being, the psychic, that his is truly a search of darkness for the light and of mortal life for immortality. Oh. Now we're going to have some difficult lines, so you can begin again, and we'll go to the period of shore, I think. Yeah.
In the vessel of an earthly embodiment.
Vessel.
in the vessel of an
not
earthly
vessel, not vessel. Vice.
In the vessel.
Voice.
In the vessel.
Yes.
In the vessel of an earthly embodiment, over the narrow rails of limiting sense, he looks out on the magic waves of time, where mind, like a moon, illumines the world's dark. There is a limbed. There is a limbed ever retreating from the eyes, as if in a tenuous, misty, dreamlight dawn.
Drawn.
Drawn, as if in a tenuous, misty, dreamlight drawn, the outline of a dim, mysterious shore.
Yes. So many things here. So Now he's referring us back to this sailor on the flow of time. And he's in, now look at the words he used: vessel, rails, waves, three things that are definitely related to the sea.
Mm.
So he's back to the sailor. See, this imagery keeps repeating itself so beautifully of us who are sailors on the flow of time. And then he says, in the vessel of an earthly embodiment, well, that vessel for us is our body. That's our earthly embodiment, our bodies, yes. Over the narrow rails of limiting sense. Well, a rail here is sort of a ship, of a ship's supporting bulwark. So it's these rails that support the construction of the ship. And over these narrow rails, because they're not very big on the ship, they're not that big, of limiting sense, of our sense that is completely limited. We can't go beyond our five senses hardly ever, to the sixth sense and to higher senses.
Yeah.
Until we rise far above the mind. Yeah. It's just not possible.
Yeah.
Okay, so over the narrow rails of limiting sense, he looks out on the magic waves of time, where mind, like a moon, illumines the world's dark. Well, the mind is sort of like the moon, but it's not like the sun. It lights up the world's dark a bit.
Yeah.
But not perfectly.
It's not still not the source of the light.
Right. Exactly the sense there. And then he says, there is limbed, ever retreating from the eyes. Limbed is sort of something that's like depicted in a painting.
Yeah.
It's limbed. Limned. Limbed. Depicted by or as a painting. What is that limbed that's retreating from the eyes? As if in a tenuous, misty dreamlight drawn. Well, tenuous here is diluted or rarefied in consistency.
Okay.
It's not full on. It's diluted. It's rarefied. And what does he see in that dream light, that tenuous, misty dream light? He sees the outline of a dim, mysterious shore. Wow. So now we've done a lot of lines. You have to ask me if you have any questions.
No, and this is I had also read before, so it's more like very smoothly flowing. So it's
wonderful.
You're okay. Yeah.
And we can go on a little bit more.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
A sailor on the inconscious, fathomless sea. He voyages through a starry.
I wouldn't drop the word sea.
Okay.
A sailor on the unconscious, fathomless sea. He voyages. Sea. Now we back all to these sailors' things. First we had the ship, now we have the sailor again.
Yeah. A sailor on the inconscious, fathomless sea. He voyages through a starry world of thought, on matter's deck to a spiritual sun, across the noise and multitudinous cry, across the rapt, unknowable silences, through a strange mid-world under supernal skies, beyond earth's longitudes and latitudes. His goal is fixed outside all present maps.
Well, this is getting us into some very deep things here. But look here again at the imagery: sailor, sea, voyage,
Voyage.
deck, the deck of a ship. Huh?
Yeah.
Incredible. And this has gone on already for pages.
Yeah.
We started this on 69, the last third of the page. Now we're almost through 2 pages, and we will go through many more. Well, not many more, but 1.5.
Just one more.
So he sees the outline of this dim, mysterious shore. But he's a sailor on the inconscious, fathomless sea. The inconscient is fathomless. It's what Freud tried to penetrate. And Sri Aurobindo said, if you do this, you will never succeed. Because the deeper you go, the deeper you will have to go. And it gets darker and darker. So he is on this inconscious, fathomless sea, but he's voyaging through a world, a starry world of thought. Very interesting, a starry world of thought, which gives us hope for our thoughts. On matter's deck to a spiritual sun. So that's his voyage. He's voyaging through this starry world on matter's deck to a spiritual sun. Across the north.
And he has also capitalized the matter, M of the matter.
Yes, he has, because matter here is the personification of all matter.
Okay.
Matter.
Okay.
Across the noise and multitudinous cry. The noise and multitudinous cry is that of earth, or those of us on earth. But it could also be the animals, and it could be other things too. So birds, animals. Across the rapt, unknowable silences. Now, I have a good definition of rapt here someplace. I'll find that for us. Because it's an important word. Rapt is deeply engrossed or absorbed, or entranced, transported with emotion, enraptured, ecstatic. Interesting. Even the fourth definition I have is carried off spiritually to another place, another sphere of existence. So, but here it's the rapt, unknowable silences, these rapt silences. And through a strange mid-world under supernal skies. Well, we know that supernal now means heavenly. So he's gone from the earth, and he's not yet in the supernal skies. He's in a mid-world. That mid-world is somewhere in between. Sometimes we can access it in dreams. Sometimes we go there in dreams. Sometimes we could go there in trance or in meditation. So it's a strange mid-world under supernal skies. And it's beyond Earth's longitudes, and longitudes I don't think you got correct on the pronunciation. Beyond Earth's longitudes and latitudes.
Longitudes, okay.
There you go. And therefore, being beyond Earth's longitudes and latitudes, that's everything, right? You've got a longitude and we got a latitude. That's the vertical and the horizontal measurement of all the earth. So beyond that, his goal is fixed outside all present maps. Wow. So there are no maps that man has made that can depict this goal, because it's outside, it's fixed outside of it. So now we could continue on, because this is a very important passage here. This into the next page is very, very important.
Before we move on, I liked the way he earlier says, like, how our thoughts are actually like of the moon, and then here he uses a sentence, he voyages through a starry world of thought on matter's deck to a spiritual sun. So I felt like there's a connection in terms of currently his thoughts are like the moon, but there is a seeking in him to move towards the spiritual sun.
Yes, and it is a starry world of thought. It's a starry world. It's a beautiful world of thought.
Yeah.
So you're quite right. I mean, he's continually progressing. But Sri Aurobindo is taking us a little bit slowly, so we can see all these stages that we will have to go through eventually ourselves. Yeah.
But none learns whither through the unknown he sails, or what secret mission the great mother gave. In the hidden strength of her omnipotent will, driven by her breath across life's tossing deep.
Yeah, but you stop. You made will seem like a period after will. And it's a comma, I believe. Yes, comma.
Yes.
In the hidden strength of her omnipotent will, driven by her breath. So we start again, but none.
Okay, yeah.
And it's whither. I think the H is. I know it's not so common today, but whither. If I say to you that branch has withered, it doesn't have an H in it. It's WITHERED.
Yeah.
Withered.
Yeah.
But if I say, whither are you going? It's whither. Whither.
Okay. Yeah. So it's better to say whither.
I think so. I feel that, yes.
Okay.
It's a big distinction from whither.
Okay, yeah. So I'll read again. But none learns whither through the unknown he sails. Or
you have to lift up sails again.
Okay.
You're dropping the word at the end, and which is okay occasionally, but not if the sense continues on in the next line.
Understood. But none learns whither through the unknown he sails, or what secret mission the great mother gave in the hidden strength of her omnipotent will, driven by her breath across life's tossing deep, through the thunder's roar and through the windless hush, through fog and mist where nothing more is seen. He carries her sealed orders in his breast.
There we are. Okay, we're going to end with that today because I need a little time for our Sunday.
Yeah.
But it's very, very important because nobody knows actually where we are going. Where he sails, back to the sailor again. Because only Sri Aurobindo, for the first time, tells us that immortality can be on the earth. That a divine life can exist and will exist on the earth. And that we don't have to escape to a heaven or a nirvana, but can, after we pass this body's life, we can choose again to be on the earth and evolve, continue the evolution. We don't have to give it up forever. So this is so important that nobody learns at this point whither
Mm.
through the unknown he sails, or what secret mission the Great Mother gave. So the Mother has given all of us a secret mission, which is to unite with the divine. That is the only one that she says really matters.
Mm.
Because when we know the divine, we will have the divine love, which is capable of transforming everything.
Mm.
So we don't know what mission the Mother gave.
Yeah.
In the hidden strength of her omnipotent will. So obviously, her omnipotent will carries within it the hidden strength of the sailor on the flow of time. Driven by her breath across life's tossing deep. Deep here is the ocean again.
Mm.
The deeps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Through the thunder's roar, through the windless hush, through fog and mist, when nothing more is seen, he carries her sealed orders in his breast. And then there's some very, well, the last end of this is extraordinary.
Okay.
So we'll do that on Thursday.
Will do. Yeah.
Good.